and gentlemen, Chromathos here, along with
KAREBEARSTARE89.
Care Bear Stare. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Not too shabby. So it's been a while since both you and I were actually together.
Yeah?
What, like last week, the week before?
I don't know. It feels too long.
It is too long. It's always too long. So, as you're aware, we've been doing interviews with all of the staff. Right now, you are about the tail end of all of the interviews that we're actually doing.
Best for last.
Always. Always. So what we're going to end up doing now is we'll go ahead and ask you some questions. We'll go ahead and try to let the community know what you're into, what you like, what you've seen through your years of gaming, and what you hope to do from this point going forward.
All right.
So one quick question. And this is something that I ask everybody else. What is the first game that you remember playing?
It's really hard because they kind of all mesh together. I don't know which exact game was the first, but I do remember playing games that my dad was playing on like the computer for either Sims, Sims Casino, I think it was, Sims Pets, and then a very out of mainstream game is the Scooby-Doo Sandwich Stacker, which was absolutely hilariously fun, and I'm pretty sure it was retired probably years ago, but
Never heard of that game.
it is great, and it was recreated sort of from Lilo and Stitch on Disney Channel, because the experiment right before Stitch was exactly the same, except he really liked making sandwiches, so he did the same thing.
No.
But it just wasn't Scooby-Doo.
Little known fact, I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right. And it's funny that you actually ended up mentioning PC games. I was doing this interview with AJK. He ended up asking the same thing, and I think I told him that I remember playing Friday the 13th. But you ended up reminding me that, we also play PC games.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon Trail.
Yep.
Oregon Trail for me was that very first time that I remember actually playing a game that would be considered a video game. Still, lovely game. I did end up downloading it again on an emulator and made all of you guys as characters, and sorry to say, none of you guys made it.
That's good.
You died of cholera, by the way. AJK,
Great.
I think he died of a snake bite. Tiny T, I think she ended up dying of a broken leg. Can't remember what Mook or Jack died, or how they died, but they died. It was hilarious.
Well, I mean, you did introduce me to the card version of that one, and where I still, like, I don't have that connection. A lot of everyone else that I've talked to actually has played Oregon Trail on the computer, but I never was forced to do that in school. So, I don't have that connection, but it was pretty fun. I like that type of thing where it's a game somewhere else and they transform it into a card game. So
I've got an issue with your statement, young lady. It's not forced. We were given the privilege.
Yeah, but okay,
No,
two different eras. Yeah, so we were big on doing the pinball on Windows or whatever it was.
Oh God, yeah.
Instead of that one, which I wish they would come back out with that.
I know, right? Well, I mean, you can always, again, download an emulator. It's not quite the same
It's just
when
not.
it doesn't come with the
Just
base
hitting
model of the
start
PC.
and going to games and
Windows 10, you have failed us.
Yes.
So, what do you look to get out of gaming?
I am a big achievement buff, even if I'm not necessarily good at the game. I want to master the goals. So if it's got, okay, you need to cure a zombie villager, then I want to do that. I want to figure out exactly what I need to get to do that. And then also I do enjoy just sitting down and losing the world in a game.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's something that most of us really do enjoy out of gaming, is that escapism. And again, it's something that I ended up mentioning with AJK, that we, or at least that I end up playing games mostly to escape from reality or to just unwind. All right, so what irks you about games, or actually, what irks you about gaming?
I've seen an evolution of games, even if I'm not necessarily a big, huge gamer. I do play games across all platforms, not necessarily religiously on any of them, but I'll go from online games to my mobile game to the Switch to the PlayStation, and the biggest thing that I see is the pay to win is the most frustrating thing because
Hmm.
I want to be able to grind, play the game, and still achieve what others are achieving because they have more money than I do. Like, that's so stupid.
Right, right, and that has actually been an issue with a lot of games. I think last year in 2018, EA ended up getting in trouble for that for Star Wars Battlefront 2. There was, court cases and all of that, and their defense was surprise mechanics and all of this other stuff that they literally ended up telling Congress. So
Interesting.
hopefully, yeah, with Congress making the determination that they did, hopefully that will reel in a little bit of that greed from the actual AAA title gaming companies to hopefully not do the pay to win model anymore.
I hope.
And that's really the thing. I mean, one of the things that I really enjoy is you pay the fee for the base game, and if you want any extras, pay for the skins, go for it. Skins you can go ahead and pay until whatever. I know that a game that AJK ended up getting me into was Smite.
Hmm.
Smite is a free game. I gotta tell you, I didn't mind paying the $9.99 to get or to unlock all of the gods.
Yeah, it's just
And,
simpler.
yeah, and that's the only investment that I've made in that game, and I think that's going to be the only investment that I'm going to make into it. But they got my $10. So yeah, no, I get it. I feel you, and I also understand that's a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing from the industry now.
Well, and if you paid $10, then you got it on sale because it's usually 19.99.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But
I
I
think I
mean,
did.
I don't mind doing that kind of a transaction because that one specifically, you get every future god, which
Right.
is it's not too bad, especially because if you're going to commit to the game and play, $10 isn't that much when I just bought Animal Crossing for 60.
Right.
$10 is not bad for a free game, so
Yeah, yeah, no, and that's the thing, and I love the graphics of it. I'm trying to get more into the gameplay. I am nowhere near the level that AJK is, or even the Mook. They have these other understandings of the games and the mechanics that I can't even begin to fathom. So yeah, I'll pop $10 on that just so I can go ahead and get in their way.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
not? So do you? And I know that you yourself, along with Tiny T, you guys are very social people. Do you have any online gaming friends that you haven't met yet?
I'm actually not social at all. I'm, yes, I enjoy people sometimes, but my social battery runs out very quickly.
Mm,
However, I do have one friend online that I haven't met. He doesn't live here. He lives in Wisconsin, and he's kind of introduced us to a couple people, which is it's very cool to like be online at the same time as someone else and
hmm.
still be in the same world. Like it's so cool. Like I get it, we're all on Earth, but we're in a Smite match together or in Minecraft. Like it's so cool to be able to connect to people thousands of miles away.
Right.
It's so cool. But I don't I don't actually like the people online aside from those people because they just I feel like all gaming communities and just online social media anything behind a computer screen, people are just jerks.
Toxic. Yeah.
They're so toxic, and it's hard to make that connection with someone. So,
Right. And on that front, yeah, I do understand. I do understand how that actually comes across. Because you'll have this 12-year-old kid on on Xbox Live calling you everything that you're not.
and saying he did stuff with my mom.
Yeah, you know. So for me, I guess it's probably because I am of a different generation. For me, my first online friends were literally I couldn't meet people in my own vicinity that were also online players. So for me, I grew up in South Phoenix, so the ghetto, the hood, and not a lot of nerds in the hood. So I do remember playing this one game. It's still going on now, by the way. It's called Planetarian. It's totally a math game, and all of the friends that I know, right? You look at me like, yeah, of course
No,
it
I mean,
is.
I like Sudoku.
um, and all of the friends that I ended up making during that game, I still talk to now, and that's over. I think that's over 20 years ago now. And
Lifelong friends. That's
yeah,
cool.
and I haven't met a single one of them. I know what they look like. They know what I look like, but never really talked to them at all.
That's
So I,
cool.
I get it, and I also, especially now, long for that type of community to where you can actually create a good group of friends that you can go ahead and carry on for years.
It's essentially an NPC.
It is. It's exactly an
That's so
NPC.
cool. I
Yeah.
actually really like that.
And hopefully, with the facility, hopefully with Level Up, as soon as we get that brick and mortar building, we'll be able to build little groups like that where, kids from eighth graders or kids in high school, they'll go ahead and only meet there, but not really hang out
Right.
outside. And then once they are done with Level Up, hopefully they'll go ahead and stay together years afterwards. That's one of my small goals that I have for the company. All right. So, what games are you currently playing now? What's on your playlist now?
I think we talked about it in the last interview, but I am big on Animal Crossing, big on Sims, and Minecraft. I do play Smite every once in a while when I don't feel like it's going to be too toxic. um, and then I am playing a lot of games on Pogo. I don't know if anyone knows of that anymore because it's not as good anymore. They're getting rid of Flash games, and that's making me crazy. But
Right?
anyway,
Yeah, they are.
oh,
They are.
all of the games that I like are retiring on there, and I'm like, no. Anyway, and then lastly, I've been playing a lot of a mobile game. It's Grim Soul Survivor, and
I'm Soul
it
Survivor.
is an RPG. You go and you fight zombies. It's in a plague type world. It's really cool.
Hmm.
So I like it. So those are my games right now.
All right. So and we ended up touching a little bit on it. What are some improvements that you're looking for, or what are some improvements that you're looking to get out of Level Up?
So I would say out of the company, I would like to improve and still be able to challenge myself in the things that you guys need from me to make the business what it is, or at least hold my own. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that you guys couldn't do it without me, but like I want to be able to riff off you guys and work with you to perfect our image because that's what I would be doing anyways,
Right.
the digital front. So I want to make us, you know, level up, man. Like I'm excited.
All right. So then, what are you looking to get out of the team? How do you want to improve the team?
So I know that we are all I don't even care that we're not related by blood. We're family.
Right.
And I think that we are already really strong in connection, but I want us to be able to communicate more strongly
Hmm.
and like active listening, that type of thing, where we're actually absorbing what we're saying to each other, using that and growing.
Right.
And of course, I want to be able to look at any of you guys and go, "Hey, I don't really like that.
Hmm.
Here's my criticism." And you guys do the same for me, and neither of us are like, "Oh, well, she hates me."
Right. So it's really a good thing that one you're last, because yeah, you are right. Did save the best for last. Your work history with other companies gives you a certain outlook on working, And that I do understand. You work with smaller companies, and you've also worked with one bigger-ish company. It's a nonprofit, but I get it. So one of the things, and you did end up hitting the issue right on the head, is communication. I've done taxes for longer than my kids have been alive, and my youngest is now 21. 18, 19. I don't know.
He's 19.
Yeah,
It's okay. I
he's
forget
some
too.
age. He's almost 2 decades
He's
old.
still 12.
And I've seen how that growth, or I'm sorry, not that growth, but that lack of communication, how it can really impact the team. So in my past, in my working history, I have taken a team of people that don't really know each other, and we've worked so closely together that we consider ourselves family. Now it's the other way around, to where we are taking family and we have to put a professional relationship there.
Right. Business professionalism is going to be really hard because we're already so comfortable. We haven't hit that like awkward
Exactly.
B.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we obviously, because we are family, we do end up hitting those inappropriate comments left and right, 5 times an hour.
My goodness.
And yeah, that's going to be something that is going to be hard for all of us to rein in. So, from your point of view, I can see where your trepidation and your what you look forward to on how hard that work is going to be. As long as I have somebody else that can actually share that point of view, then I know I am not alone.
Yep, I got you.
And the thing is that I know that it kind of seems like we're crapping on all of the other team members. We're not.
No.
We're just kind of seeing it in in a different
In a
scope.
managerial, I
Yeah.
whatever scope. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what word that would be.
And with that, if we can actually hit that goal, I don't know if you've actually seen the other interviews that I've had. That for me is one of the biggest things that I want to be able to do. I told this to AJK when we were doing his, that if I can if I can engage all of you guys personally and meet all of you guys' needs, that's going to be the biggest thing that I'm going to end up getting out of the company if I can keep all of you guys engaged and keep all of your needs met, then for me that's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
So you did end up mentioning a little bit about being the digital queen for us. So what are you working on now?
I am 5 out of 6 done on our avatars. I do need to tweak yours a little bit because the fonts that the tablet that I'm using don't have what you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
But that is okay because I love calligraphy. So you're in luck. So I'm working on yours, and then I also am aware now that I'm going to be working on thumbnails.
Right.
For the
Yep.
videos. I would like to also work on some aspects where it's the logo
Hmm.
in different ways.
So these are all stuff that you've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I like is the subtle and bold improvement that you've done each individual step. So yeah, I know I got the right person for the job, and I think with your work and with your dedication, we're actually going to be able to make things level up.
Yeah, I mean, that is essentially what I am doing. As I go through drafts, they're leveling up, evolving, if you will.
I know, right?
Yeah, so.
Exactly. All right. So, do you have anything else that you want to share with the community?
No, just, click that like button,
That one right
subscribe.
there. Yep. And hit the bell. That's one thing that we haven't said enough or at all. I don't think we have.
What is the bell?
It's a little dingly thing. Oh, and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and see you later.
Bye!
Dive! Dive!